Good morning, good morning, good morning. I swear, when you log into Rhino, it's like a game of where is Anthony today? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? And I'm at an undisclosed location, right? It's super secret. But if you could read the walls behind me, you'll know. But until then, no. So welcome. All right. So a couple of things. One, automations are live this morning. In fact, I was with our head of app development, Steve, yesterday, and we set it for the reference point to be midnight last night. Is midnight last night or tonight, right? Like 12 o'clock. But midnight last night being 12 a.m. this morning. I have to confirm with him that everything is going well, right? Like we said it, we've tested it. Now, is it doing its thing? So as long as everything goes well, automations are finally live and they're finally today, which is really, really like one of the coolest things ever. Secondly, our search is getting maps. Maps will be live probably by Friday. And it's really cool because RVP really stepped up with that advice. And not stepped up as in they're not like when you go ahead and bring in a team of super talented, super passionate people, magic happens. And although maps seems like a common thing, it's not something that I ever used, right? When I go ahead and look up a business, I then put the address into my navigation on my phone and I drive there. But a lot of the feedback and advice we got from RVP was, Anthony, a lot of people use maps, you should have it. And at the very least, it's a cool little feature. Like, why not? Of course, we're not going to use Google Maps. That'd be really, really off brand. But there's a lot of smaller, lesser known companies, decentralized, totally secure maps that we're looking at and we're going to implement it by Friday. Also, the search has gotten a bit of a facelift. Uh, because it was always because the onus was always on building it and then the makeup afterwards, the aesthetics. Anyone could have went on Rhino Street and said, "Yeah, well, I searched something, but it doesn't look all that great." Now so when you search, the title of the business is smaller font. The URL of the business is cut off after I think 100 characters, so it doesn't give you those long, long links. The description of the business is only 2 lines rather than some businesses being 10 lines and some businesses being one. The position on the screen that the searches come up are moved more towards the left, so there's less left margin and much more right margin because it's all unified. And the idea being that if you have been using Google your whole life, which we have, love Google, that you can go ahead and use Rhino Street and feel comfortable using it, right? And there's a difference between copying someone and just doing something that works, right? Like, for instance, am I copying someone if I use a coupon because they use a coupon first? No, people like coupons. Um, don't write exactly the same thing on it, right? So that's kind of our inspiration. Google will always be our inspiration because we don't have a problem with Google. We think Google is a great, great company. We just believe that devoid of a choice from the user, a user without a choice and unknowing that they're walking into a platform that is collecting their data and selling their data is a bit unfair. Because without having a choice, that is the only option. And I don't think people, if they knew that their own businesses were going out of business because the data is being collected and sold from them looking up pizza to pizza chains, which are then buying your sales, and now your local pizza spot goes out of business because you decided to get Domino's because they gave you like a 3 for 5 deal, right? Um, so that's also been updated as well. Let's see, what else is there? Rhino hit another all-time high this morning. Its last check, 197, which is really impressive. I mean, it's gone up every single day. And actually, the last couple of days, we've averaged over $2,000 in daily volume. Now, anybody will tell you a price is really two components, right? You have the headline price and then you have the liquidity. So for instance, if the price is $100 per Rhino, but the liquidity is only like $5 trade a day, well, that's a problem. That means if you go ahead and try to sell for $100, you're not going to get it because no one's trading. It's not a real price. There's not other people that agree with that. Well, because our background is in finance and markets, most notably, it is very important for us that everyone knows that not only can you get in, but you can get out. That's the most important thing if you buy anything on a market. It's not the buying of it. That's the easy part. You're giving your money to someone. It's when you want your money back, can you get it? And because our experience has always been markets, that's how RHINO is built, to make sure that anyone at any moment can always go ahead and sell and get their money back, which is also why not all the coin has been released. The investor coin has not been released. And we've always said from day one, we're not releasing all that coin because it would overwhelm the market. We need to make sure that if you have coin in your wallet, you can sell it that day and get the price in front of you, that you have confidence in it. Because any market is built on confidence. If somebody believes that they cannot sell, well, the second the price starts going down, you know what they're going to do? They're going to run to the exit door so that they could be the one that sells because they don't believe that the last person will be able to sell. Conversely, if they know they can always sell and the price goes down, now what's their behavior? Well, this is an opportunity. I want to go buy more at this lower price because I know I can sell. You see how different that was? The price going down went from like hair on fire, it's going to crash, to wow, this is a great opportunity. It's on sale today. Let me go get it. And it's not so much, well, I want to build the confidence that people believe that. I want to build the confidence that people know that. So if you take a look at RHINO over the last couple of days, you'll see plenty of 100 coin sells, 100 coin sells. I think someone told 200 coins. And immediately afterwards, you see a buy order to go ahead and buy it all back up. We told you from day one, we are built, the money to buy RHINO is the money that you have invested. It's not like Anthony's pulling this money out of his pocket and saying, oh, I really got to prop it up. If you take a look at the amount of sales, it's about 1/10 of the buying, which means there's 90% more buying than there ever is of selling, which means there could be plenty more selling and we would still be able to break the coin continue higher. The only reason the coin's not $100 bazillion is because we're purposely not letting it get that high so we can build out the base of holders. Because the more holders that are in it, the more automated accounts that are going to be buying every single week when we take that lid off. You see, RHINO is not immediate gratification in the sense that, okay, I bought RHINO at 50 cents and it's now $1. I bought it at $1 and it's now $2. That's how the small people play it, right? Like by any account, everything that we've done is, we could already wave the victory flag, right? RHINO lets you get in at a penny and now it's $2, or more notably, because that's the investor coin, right? So let's be fair. RHINO lets you get in at $1. No, actually 50 cents, because we did the 50. RHINO lets you get in at 50 cents and 2 months later it's $2. At the same time that the crypto market blew up and FTX went bankrupt. Is that a win? Is that something where we can say we can close shop now and everyone will be happy making 3 times their money? Yes. But that's never been RHINO. RHINO's not interested in 2 times, 3 times. RHINO's interested in thousands of times. RHINO's interested in changing the world. And when we go ahead and allow the lid to come off and we have thousands of automated accounts all purchasing indiscriminate price every single day, every single week, what's cool is that we're going to look back at these videos and we might look back at this one, right? Like I have no idea. And it's going to be all over the news. Wow, RHINO tripled again today. How can we stop this? Do we want to stop this? And people are going to revert back to these videos like, no, like they planned on doing this. Like he told everyone they were doing it. In fact, everyone was on board of doing it. Because when it happens, people are going to say, well, how did this happen and how can we stop it? The problem with that is that everyone that's participating in it is doing it on purpose. You see, RHINO, sure, we're doing things slowly, but it's very methodical. Nobody is going forward and not knowing where we're going, right? Are there any tutorials on how to use a search engine, etc.? There is and there isn't. So we have a commercial on the site that I got a lot of bad feedback last night that, we need to improve it. And I'm being generous with that. But it is so the answer, I guess, is no, because although it does sound fairly self-explanatory how to use a search engine, you go on and search, it's not self-explanatory that it is 20 miles and what that actually means, nor is it self-explanatory of why someone should use it, right? So there's the functionality, hey, let me search, and a search result comes up. And then there's the why should you? So, Dr. Smith, what I would like to say is I am going to get to that. That is something that still needs to be done. I would like to go ahead and show, oh, I want to list my business, bop, 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 I listed it. Then do a record screen where it goes to our database and it shows where it is. And then I could go back to the screen and search myself and I could see it pop up. In fact, I might do that today because I am finishing scripting 3 videos that I have to record for our RHINO Hub, which is part of RHINO Warp Speed. And that's being launched by the end of this week. It is 10:10. I will go a couple of minutes over, like no surprise, right? But I do want to also share that we have 338 planned members. And that's all been word of mouth. It's actually been despite our ability to market. In fact, sometimes people say, Anthony, how do I get this person in? And I'm like, I don't have a link. I did not even think of that stuff. Now that's all being taken care of. Excuse me. The reason I mention this is because conceivably that's going to double, triple quite easily. Because if we did that devoid and despite no marketing, it stands fair to reason that people like it, right? And everyone in this room is proof of that. On top of that, we built out the entire affiliate system to reward you 5% weekly recurring for life of everyone you bring in. So for instance, you go ahead and bring your best friend Patty and she's like, oh, this is amazing. The coin goes up every day. I like Anthony. I like RHINO. I like what we're doing. Put me in for the $10 plan, in which case Patty is contributing $10 investment every single week. Well, 5% of that is 50 cents, which means you're going to collect 50 cents every single week that Patty's with us. In fact, for the lifetime. And then when Patty moves up to $15, $20, $100, $500, whatever she moves up to, you'll constantly always receive 5% of that, which means you might say to yourself, well, gee golly, this is a great platform by itself. I would be doing anyone a favor by simply sharing it with them. But now I can make a really strong income in doing so. I'm going to do it. In which case RHINO says, well, we think that's a great idea. In fact, we have a whole agency that we're going to give to you. And you say, well, give it to me. What do you mean? Well, the affiliates is not a link to a page. It's to a whole agency, in which case we have all the assets right there for you that you can plug and play. So they're all specifically coded for you. So you go ahead and opt into the agency and all of a sudden everything that RHINO has and RHINO created and RHINO tested is now yours. You go ahead and say, well, I like this, let me use it and go ahead and share it with someone else. In which case, when they go ahead and sign up or do anything, you're going to be credited as if you made the agency. It's all coded for you to get that 5% trailer. So in the best way, RHINO is doing everything it can to be successful. And in that scaling, in that process, we've also coded a way that anybody that wants to join us can have an exact duplicate of what we're doing and try their best with our guidance, of course, if you want it, to replicate our results for yourself. In which case, RHINO is very happy about that because we're growing and you're very happy about that because you're making an income. And everyone's really happy about that because the larger the community gets, the higher the price goes. It works out. For some of us, please dumb down the tutorials. Dr. Smith, I will do my best. In fact, I'm doing my best to, I believe the saying is, explain it like you're explaining it to a 5-year-old. And that's not because you're, being derogatory of who you're speaking to, but because everyone has a different learning curve and everyone knows things differently. And if you miss one thing, well, then you lose them. Yes. All right, so let me get to work today as if like I haven't been up for hours, but actually our daughter, you see, our son set the bar really high, never cried, never woke up. So we just thought like all kids are like that, right? Well, our daughter is the opposite. She's a complete angel, but she likes to be held. She doesn't like sleeping for more than an hour. And mommy and daddy have been up all night. So I really, really want to continue to work because if I could get done by 4 or 5 o'clock, having started at 5, I would be really happy. Which actually, and I never say, oh, wow, look at Anthony, but RHINO from the top down is, wow, I hope I could get away with pulling only a 12-hour day today. So just a little comfort in what we're all doing together. Things are going to work. So I love everyone. Oh, I'm sending bulk coin today from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All coin from 12 a.m. today going forward is automated, so everyone will be caught up. If anyone has any questions about the balances, I am only human. Everything has been done manually. I think I'm pretty good at calculating, but if I missed one or two, I'll certainly audit your accounts. Please let me know. Um, and just keep being Rhino. Things are going good. I love everyone. Bye, guys.